And 3, 2, 1, we are now live. Your boy Stope supports Spunko Cholos.
Junior Dog.
We're here with the Don't Call Me Lucky podcast. On this episode, we're going to take a deep dive into who my homeboy Junior Dog is. So, welcome in. Let them know. I mean, obviously, they know you're Junior Dog. That's my boy.
Well, I'm Junior Dog, his boy.
So, with that said, man, we started this podcast together. We've known each other for not too long, I wanted to ask, just real quick about the podcast. So, why did you decide to jump into the podcast game? And have you ever done podcasts before?
I've never done a podcast before, but I was enticed by a lot of concepts out there that nobody's talking about. People are afraid to talk about because it's frowned upon, or just in general, people aren't asking the questions I want answered. So this is a great way for us to do that.
Right on. So you've never actually held or hosted or produced or been a part of the production of a podcast, and that's cool. Have you ever been in a podcast or interviewed or anything like that?
I've seen one being done in front of me, and as far as being interviewed, yeah, like for Rhymefest, they would who am I here to see? The Psycho Realm show we saw recently at Don Coyote, they asked me what my favorite Psycho Realm song was. Quick little interviews, but
okay.
Nothing major.
So just some kind of like some Q&As, but this will be your first time actually being part of a podcast where it's focused on you. This is about you.
Most definitely.
So today we're actually focusing on the homie Junior Dog, who's part of the scene, part of the culture. He's one of us. But yeah, definitely been around some time. He's the homie that gets a lot of autographs. I've told a couple of you like how I describe my homie. He's a dog. He's a beast. When it comes to getting these autographs. Can you tap in a little, elaborate about that?
Yeah. So forever I was just a concert goer. Love going to concerts. Love music. Just being there. It was actually one of my friends, Ernie. His name was Ernie the Hip Hop Fanatic at the time. Besides concerts, he was getting autographs. And he gave me one of my first records and he said, hey, we're going to get this signed. And he's like, this shit's addictive and blah, blah, blah. And it most certainly was.
He's not lying.
It most certainly was. It was a fucking trophy from Be Real right in front of me. And just, I at that time, I was starstruck still. That hasn't happened in a long time, but I still get goosebumps, if you will. Every autograph I get is a trophy. And I made that happen.
So let's step in. What album was it? What was your first album? And I heard Be Real in there somewhere.
Yeah, it was Black Sunday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And what group, band was that?
It was Cypress Hill.
Oh, they don't know that.
Cypress Hill.
We gotta tell them. Come on.
Be Real.
So welcome to the podcast game, baby boy. This is how we do it.
Cypress Hill.
That's right.
Shit.
So you got the Black Sunday, Cypress Hill, Be Real autograph. That's dope. And did you complete it by getting all the band members?
I did eventually. That took me a while. But what my drive was, Ernie, once again, in his bedroom where he used to have, his whole wall was Psycho Realm and Cypress Hill framed records just blasted. And it looked like a museum. And I was like, holy shit, like this fuck family pictures. I want to look at this shit. So I was very enticed by then and at that point, and then I started doing the same thing. I eventually filled up the whole album and then got more albums and more albums after that. Just haven't stopped.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. And I can vouch for that. I can attest to the student becoming the master and teaching another student being me. I've jumped into the autograph game. As far as the records go, it's really cool to see those records being autographed and having those, especially like for example, like when he brings up, like my boy Junior will bring some stuff that the artist doesn't even own or they haven't seen in more than 10 years. So like I can see where and why and what this is doing. It's really awesome. And I want to thank you as well for bringing me into this because, again, I get to hear different stories from artists about that record, what they were doing at that time, what they didn't do, or how they did it. So, that's really cool right there. And what is your prize record? What is the one? Is it that Cypress Hill?
No. Fuck. It's gonna have to be Ozzy.
Oh.
It's gonna have to be Ozzy.
Rest in peace. Ozzy fucking Osbourne.
Ozzy.
Is it a Black Sabbath or an Ozzy record?
Just Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Patient 9, and I got the signed comic book as well.
Oh, wow. That's what we're talking about. Right on.
Todd McFarlane did the artwork on there. He did Spawn.
Right.
And Venom. and some
interesting.
old Spider-Man, and he did the artwork for that comic book. So on my comic book, I actually got Todd McFarlane on there as well.
Wow. So with that said, I mean, so it sounds like you have a super diverse collection. This isn't just a bunch of hip hop, bunch of rap, you know? You
Yes.
just said Aussie, and that's definitely not, you know, rap and hip hop. Like, you know, Iron Maiden all day, you know what I'm saying? So like I can see eye to eye with you on that. And that's dope that you have a wide palette, you know, a tasteful of genres, of different genres. So with that said, you know, it sounds like you have a pretty big collection. Do you know about how many you have autographed? How many records?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
The big mystery question. I wish I could edit my video to throw a big question mark right there. Bam!
No, I'm never gonna count. So
Damn, son.
A lot.
So what do you primarily do? Do you have, like you said, you know, Ernie, you explained, had that, you know, homage, that shrine kind of thing. What do you have? What's yours?
So I have wall-to-wall frames of autograph records, and then I do have autograph posters as well.
Whoa, that part. So the autograph doesn't stop at just for records.
No. I do posters, I do Funkos, I do baseball cards, basketball cards, wrestling cards, anything I can get my hands on. Shit. My friend Ernie, once again, that fool will pull $1 out of his pocket. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll get it signed just because it's a one-time thing. You're never going to see that person again.
That part.
At least you think you won't, you know?
And that when I started kicking it with my boy right here, I joked about that I want to carry around a samurai sword just in case I see Randy Jackson. You know what I mean? To get my samurai sword signed by Randy Jackson. But
And
no.
he wanted to carry a $2 bill.
Oh,
He brought that up more than once. He's like, my $2 bill. It's
I do
special.
actually have a nice collection of $2 bills, you know. But so what do you do? So you collect all these primarily, right, for yourself, or do you
Yes.
sell them, or you have a business?
No business. They're all for myself.
Okay.
If anything, I will trade. I'm open to trades, but
okay.
no, I don't sell. Most of my other stuff, I'll have random giveaways like through this guy, or I'll donate to charities. But for the most part, it's my trophies, my trophy collection.
So you said giveaways, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So what was it? Okay, real quick, just to run back. What was the most recent autograph that you got?
The Game.
Ooh.
LA Confidential, the Game from Black Wall Street,
Oh,
from Aftermath,
English.
Old English.
One of my favorite songs right there.
Yeah.
Not a big Game fan, but you know, that's
I am.
I know what's up. You know, I know what's up on why. No, but that's dope.
G you not?
Gee, you not exactly. Where did you see the Game? Where'd you get his autograph?
I went to Cali Love 3. It was at Pershing Square this past Saturday.
Yeah, word.
He headlined, and I went and I got him after the show.
That's cool. That's cool.
I actually met a woman there, and I did some random trivia with her, and I made it easy, but she won. I asked her the Game's daughter's name, which is Kelly. She got it right. So I said, hey, I'll find you after the show, and I'm going to give you this autograph record. She didn't believe me, but I got it signed, and I plan on giving it to her soon. And then the other one, I'm donating to the Los Angeles Hip Hop Workshop. They're going to hopefully be raffling it off very, very soon.
There we go. So you said Los Angeles Hip Hop Workshop. That's in Los Angeles. I'm affiliated with them. I know who you're talking about. But where are you from?
I live in Covina in the San Gabriel Valley.
Okay, he's in the SGB 626 area.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pop's hometown, my Pop's hometown. Right on. And how did you get involved with the LA Hip Hop Workshop?
Well, this particular Los Angeles Hip Hop Workshop is through this guy. I was his ride a couple of times, and he started telling me more and more about what the event was about and everything. And then when I finally pulled up to my first one, I fell in love with it. Seeing and hearing people's stories, like the Hood Santa, that fool right there, like, hats off. I want to be more like him. If I could give more, I would. I would give the shirt off my back. I don't know why. It's just a feeling that I can help other people, and it just makes me feel better about me.
There you go. That's right. And that's what we need in this world. You know what I mean? My boy was telling me a story earlier I'm not going to get into, but that story, that facts of that story were commendable. And I sing high praises to that, of what he did, and then when he reversed, and then what he did again. Because he's a grown man, and he explained it to that other party of what he did. And I was like, whoa. I was shocked. You know, I thought we would just giggle it away and laugh and just kind of, but, you know, TMI, all that shit. This is what we do here. But yeah, I was giving him mad props of that action that he took. There was an action, then there was a retraction, and then an action again, and he explained himself. And I think we need more of that, more transparency, no sugarcoating, watering it down. You know what I'm saying? But That's mad props, honestly. Like,
thank you.
for real.
Appreciate that.
That's gonna stick with me for a minute, dog. Like, real shit, you know. And that's why we're boys, dog. Because I can talk to my boy. You know what I mean? And that's why we kick it heavy, because we're on the kind of same page. We're not quite on the same page, but we're on the same page, you know. But speaking of collections, I see you collect artwork. You have a couple of pieces of art on you, permanent. You know what I mean? Do you have more? Is there a lot of tattoos you have, or just on the arms?
I have a lot all over my body.
Okay. And do you have any favorite ones? Any ones you can show? Anything that like stands out to you that you want the people to know, or maybe the artist that did it, or any?
That's a tough one. It's probably either my Psychoram gas mask.
Hey, are you a psycho?
Or the cross on my back that has the Serenity Prayer inside of it.
Okay. You mentioned the Serenity Prayer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big part of who I am.
Okay.
I have to tell myself I can't change everything I want to change. But
that part,
like Tupac would say, I could be the spark that creates the change for the world.
Amen.
And shit, sometimes that one person could be all you need. Like, you inspired me about recording positive stuff, like feeding a homeless person. Before, I would never take a picture of me helping a homeless person because I wasn't looking for clout. I wasn't looking for claps. I wasn't looking for praise.
No likes or any of that.
But
yeah.
The way he mentioned it is like, if a lot of people do it, maybe it'll start growing on people. Maybe people will do it for likes. Fuck. If you're gonna give somebody a hamburger for a like, fucking do it. That person's gonna appreciate it. I'll fucking like your picture because you fed that person. Fucking, that's all we need. Let's help each other.
So kind of what I explained was like, you know, for lack of better terms, or the term that I want to use, it's monkey see, monkey do. If I'm out here doing spins in a car, or doing Nas and doing all this other crime and all this other bullshit, if I can do that and people copy it and they think that's what's hype and that's what's blowing up right now, why can't I switch the narrative and go do positive things and record that? Where it's not necessarily for the like, it's for the impression. We're trying to leave a lasting impression, and the more dumb shit you do gets impression. You're gonna leave that impression. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, if that OG or older guy is doing it, you know, who cares? Like, nobody cares. You know, there's a lack of respect in society right now. So I just, I explain that. That's why I say we should record things, and kind of how we have this podcast, to have a platform of our own, and kind of just, period. That's it. Just have a platform of our own. We control the narrative. We say what goes on. This is all raw, real recorded. We're not going to edit it. There's no chopping up. There's a fuck up. It's a fuck up. You get the real deal. This is what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? And we're from the old school like that. So, all praise to my boy for wanting to do this with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's mad props right there, for real. And the podcast, yeah. So how do you feel so far? Like, because so far he's been a producer. He's had some ideas that we've done, and he's been the cameraman and just kind of been behind the scenes. How is it going so far being interviewed? Like, straight up, like, just right now, here we are.
It's fine. Just doing my best not to cuss.
That part.
Other than that, I'm chill.
Right on.
It's cool.
But I mean, that's cool. That's respectful. I don't know. We haven't talked about that, about how much we cuss or how much we don't cuss. It's just rolling off my tongue, so it's just coming off the top of the head. So it's not really popping off as much as I normally do in a normal conversation. But definitely, yeah, man, it's been quite a ride here, kicking with you. It's dope. And I see the contributions that you do to your homies, the stuff, I was going to say shit, but all the shit you do for your homies and how you come through, it's really cool. And, you posted a recent video about the giving back, and you gifted your homie at work, an anime shirt, and that's what it's about. It doesn't have to be the homeless guy in the corner because you feel sorry and sorrowful. Anything you do nice, anytime you hold open the door, if you happen to have your camera, hold the door open and just, that's it. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're a giving person anyways. So it's real cool to have you change the mindset a little bit, and want to record and want to start going down that path,
What you were saying earlier about giving back and for clout and for likes, like, all I would really ever ask for, hey, bro, like, you hook me up. What do I owe you? Like, I hear that a lot. What do I owe you? And it's just like, pay it forward. Do something nice for the next person. Something you just said recently, I do the same thing. I haven't told you yet, but I open the door for people too.
That part.
I'll even hop, step, and jump, and just like you portrayed the other day, I do that shit too. So I kind of cracked up when you said that shit because I could relate. And if it could be a kid, I don't care. And that's another big one: the respecting kids. I, as a father, myself, tell my kids if an elder person doesn't respect you, that's it. You got to give respect to get respect. And if I disrespect my own kid, I would expect my kid to disrespect me back because I deserve that shit. And I would know that. And I'm an idiot if I don't. That's on me. But that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, some of my people know. Some of my people that I talk to, they know what he's talking about because I've said that type of mentality. That way of thinking is like there's a certain demographic that's about to be an adult. That is the prime time to get these people to understand what it is to be an adult with respect. So if we're treating 16, 17, 18-year-olds, 19, 20, 21-year-olds with massive respect, and I mean little simple things, go ahead, pass me up. I could tell you're a youngster. I see you driving in your whip. That lane's open, the light's about to turn, they're impatient. Let them roll. You let that, you wave them on, make it obvious. Hold the door open for them, things like that. Just make small talk. Like there's those commercials that like the insurance commercial, you're becoming like your parent and you make small talk about little things, like bullshit, shit that don't matter. But that shows them that they're alive. They're human. They're somebody. They're worth taking a few seconds just to bullshit with. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like the biggest thing we don't have. Everybody sees somebody and they fear what that person's going to do before they even know who. They judge the book by its cover and automatically it's, oh, no. Like, don't look at him. But you never know who's behind that. You never know what people are going through. And that's where we're at. You know what I mean? It's just one step in front of the other to treat certain people, certain age group with a certain amount of respect so they can learn it. If we're not teaching them, who is?
We made these asshole kids. Everybody. Exactly. We did it. Exactly. So don't be like, oh, that little bastard, this little bitch. We did this.
Exactly.
None of us are perfect. We're all parents learning, and none of us are. Just remember that none of us are perfect.
And we tried. I like to live by cliches. I've said that on other podcasts that I've been a part of. But it's we gotta teach the youth. But what it is like, damn, I just brain farted. I lost it. But damn it. Right? Brain fart. We're not editing this shit out either. I'm struggling to find what I was just about to say, but like you have the kids, you have this idea of a village, the village people, YMCA. No, I'm just kidding. It takes a village to raise a child. With that said, I'm not saying you go spank my kid, but you let me know like, hey, your son's doing this, or he's getting into that, or he's opening chips at the store. He's opening sodas and like, you know what I mean? Little things like that.
Lighting fires,
being cruel to animals, yeah. Like, the animal cruelty, being bullies, being a bully to someone else's kid, and you're over here on your phone or your smartwatch and you're worried about your steps, or you're worried about Facebook and Instagram, you're not paying attention, and someone brings it up to your attention, don't take it as a personal shot. You know what I'm saying? It's the village that's trying to help you raise that child. You may be in the wrong by not being paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So someone else is going to step up and say, hey, is that your kid? Look, he's throwing sand on that other kid. He's lighting fires. He's being, animal cruelty. All these different things that again, back to the point of it takes a village to raise a child. You know what I mean? Look out for your neighbors. My neighbors right here, I love them. Not all of them. Anyways. But I do. I looked out for my neighbors the other day. We were talking about the LA Hip Hop Workshop. And the homie Nick brought over some air purifiers, and I dispersed them to all my neighbors. The Lineage fire just happened. It's not the East LA or Boyle Heights fire. It's the Lineage fire. That's a whole company. Don't get me started. Let me digress. But no, because of that fire, we needed to put purifiers in the homes. And I actually went to a session with the lawyer, and I brought back my whole neighborhood. I brought them all the paperwork to sign up for the class action lawsuit. You know what I mean? So anybody's going to go get that paper and come home with their paper and then go turn their paper in. Again, the niceness, I don't know where it stops. It doesn't. I brought home a stack of papers to give to all of these people all around me. You know what I mean? So they could get in on this class action lawsuit that I'm getting in because I'm a 1.1 miles away. You know what I'm saying? So like, kindness doesn't quit. You know what I mean? It's forever. And you said you have kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right on, man. And yeah, so I mean, what's the next event you plan on being at?
This Saturday, I'm going to a car show. I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
It's in Long Beach. Sendog and Chemo the Black Skin are supposed to be there, and Mac 10.
Oh, life.
And then after that, I'll be going to Yamava to go see Twista, same night.
Okay.
And maybe on Sunday, Joey Kionis in Riverside.
Oh, damn. He's got a whole weekend plan, guys.
Yeah.
So are you planning on getting the graphs there, as they call them, the autographs, guys?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Graphs. And
That's the
speaking
plan.
of the word graph, is there like a group or a part of like, I mean, I know there's a damn group. That's what I'm asking. Come on, stop playing with me. So what's the group that you're part of that, would you want to tap in on those guys and talk about that?
I'm in a group called the Graph Kings. All of us just share information, help each other, let each other know tips and stuff, areas we might see people, where to park, simple things.
Pretty close in it, not quite like a open to everybody type thing.
Correct.
Words.
Because we don't sell our stuff. Our stuff is usually for us, or like I said, a gift.
Personal collection stuff, guys.
Like I'll buy the same single 3 or 4 times, and people will wonder why. Oh, you're gonna sell it? You're a flipper? No, actually, I'm gonna donate it. Or, hey, it's your birthday and your favorite artist is such and such. Here you go. And I have 3 or 4, and it's the thrill of getting the trophy for me at that point. Like now I just have extras to bless the world with. So that's how I see it.
Word.
Or like I said earlier, I'll trade and I can still have one for myself.
That part. Right on, man. And where were you born and raised? Is that Covina where you were born and raised, or is that where you're from?
I was actually born in Chicago, Illinois. I moved to California when I was like 3 months old.
Right on.
My mom and dad conceived me in Mexico. They met in California. So
Okay.
I was all over the place.
Right on. But so where do you primarily have roots?
I would say majority of my life was in Almonte and Rosemead.
Oh, wow.
Until I was like 14. Then I moved to Azusa and then was there pretty much forever after that.
That's cool.
Until I moved to Ontario as an adult, but that was way later on.
Okay. Right on, man. Right on.
And like you said, now I'm back to Covina, and yes, I've been there about 5 months.
Okay. Oh, 5 months ago now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Roughly around the time that we kind of met.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, my boy's JR Dog. That's JRDOGG on Instagram. You guys can check him out. Again, it's a closed group. Don't try to jump in on this whole the Graph Kings thing. You smell me? I should know because I'm part of them.
Invite only.
Yeah, invite only, man. Invite only. And yeah, if you have any questions about collecting or like how do you store your collection? Is there anything special you do, or like do the autographs touch each other, or what happens there?
I put them in protective sleeves.
Oh, you do?
Okay. You want to stand them up. You want to keep them away from heat. You don't want them bending or flexing. A fun fact I didn't know until when I started getting autographs is you want to actually open the record. For whatever reason, when it's sealed, it generates heat, and eventually that plastic will expand, like bubble out, and that could warp your record. So it's recommended, like this was a crazy fun fact, it's still hard for me to believe, you should slit it open or at least put a hole in it so the record can breathe and not be trapped in that heat.
Like a sealed record?
Yeah. Like if this record right here had the plastic all the way around it, still brand new, fresh out of the machine. After a while, the heat inside will start making the plastic expand. So there's heat trapped inside. The heat will warp your actual record, the vinyl record inside. So when you actually play it, it'll skip and scratch and jump.
Damn.
You never want to leave your records in hot areas.
I'm brain farting again, but kind of like the when they make food in the jail, they make the hot and then they keep the hot in by tying it up.
Yeah.
It's actually called the fucking spread. How you make a spread and shit. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, so take care of your vinyl, people. Definitely, if you have any more questions, tap in with my boy JR Dog. Anything you want to talk about, tap in. Any events or anything you got going on in your life, anything you want them to know or can answer. Or...
Off the top of my head, Hustle Music's event with Dub C, November 13th, Friday. I have tickets. Hustle has tickets. I'll be there. And the Death Row Street Team will be there. We're supposed to be giving stuff away for the Death Row Street Team. I don't know what we're getting, but we're getting some Death Row shit just to give away.
And what is that all about? What do you mean Death Row Street Team? What are you talking about?
So I'm in another group with a bunch of friends, a lot of Margraf Kings, and we're called the Death Row Street Team. I wasn't there, but a couple of my friends were. They met Snoop, and Snoop recognized us and them, and he said, I see you guys' little clique. And he gave my friends some weed and smoked them out, and he said, your group is disbanded. You guys work for me now. You guys are now the Death Row Street Team. So we took that to heart. Homie got numbers crossed, and we've been working for, the Death Row for a minute.
Bro, props. That's dope. So yeah, so you got to meet Snoop?
I wasn't there.
Oh, got you.
I wasn't there, but I have met Snoop before.
Right, okay.
More than once, because
super
autographs.
Dope. So like, what does that entail? Like you do the flyers, promo, anything? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, a new album comes out, or if somebody on Death Row is like needs to be pumped or pressed, we can go put flyers up or just post videos of them, get content of that person, and just pump the hell out of them, promote them.
Work with like Hustle Music, like you were saying earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Reposting the flyer, creating new flyers, just creating buzz for the album or for the event.
Are you guys gonna have a booth at the Hustle Music thing?
No, there are just gonna be special guests. We're just gonna be walking around and give stuff away.
Okay, so you guys got to keep an eye out for my boy right here and the Death Row Street Team, because they're gonna be at Hustle Music's event. My boy Renacio, you got to check them out. But definitely look for these guys, because they get some. What do you have to do to get any, like, Is it?
I don't know. I don't know
do
yet.
Some trivia, do some raffles.
I don't yet. It could be all the above. It could be all. You can just be wearing a Death Row shirt, and I'll fucking think it's cool. And oh shit, here you go. You deserve that.
Keep your eye open for that. So yeah, I mean that again, my boys just we're showing the kindness, the giving back, the community. That's really cool beans, man. And yeah, let's go, man. I'm stumping right now for the follow up and the ending, because I don't want it to end. You know what I mean? Like I have no questions, but I have so many questions. Like I don't know what to ask, but like I'm gonna call it a quits right here. We're gonna end this one on that note. So
actually, one thing I am gonna say is this is called the Don't Call Me Lucky podcast.
No edits, baby. No edits.
For
no
a
edits.
reason. Because we've tried everything a million times. Nothing works the first time. If it does, then you're lucky. You're blessed. Or you're lucky because nobody else gets that. So there's very few lucky people in this world. Everybody else, I had this Michael Jordan poster in my room forever. Michael Jordan said, like, I shot 10,000 shots in my life. I only made 300. I had this many trophies, and I had so many fails. I put in so much work. And in his heart, he felt like a loser, but he kept trying and trying and trying, and he became one of the GOATs. So just don't give up. Like, I'm not lucky. We work hard for everything we get, everything we do. Nothing's given to us. We work for that shit. So that's all I want to say. Don't call us lucky.
Blessed, never lucky. I'm not Irish, not a day in my life. And some of you know that. Some of you have seen me and heard me talk like that. So definitely, when he came up with the concept, the idea, I was all in, head first. Let's go, because I've been on podcasts before. I've done this before, but never my own. And now we have the platform to bring it to the masses, like the song just said, like the Psychos just said. But we're going to bring it to the masses. And just a quick shout out to anybody that wants to be a part of this. Reach out to us. Let us know what you do, what it is you want to talk about, and we'll definitely link up with you and talk to you and see how educated we are on the topic. And we can definitely ask some questions to get educated. You know what I mean? You learn a new thing every day, because that's a blessing, right? Blessed, never lucky. Don't call me lucky. You smell me? Stope Supports, Funko Cholos, my boy, JR Dog, and we're out. Peace.